Downey, welcome to the Number Ones Live. Incredible job with the stripped down version of Wish It Was You.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Now, when we were speaking with Audien, he told me that he pretty much fell in love with the demo the second he heard it. How was the song born before it even got to Audien on your end?
Yeah, so the song was written a little over a year ago, I think like August 2020. And I wrote it in Norway, actually. I was living there at the time with two writers, Synne Borken and Ilja Eriksson. And we had been doing a lot of like DJ pitches. I'm a songwriter primarily and work a lot in dance. And so we wrote that song. We knew we wanted to go to a DJ, weren't sure who yet at the time. But we wrote it and and then just fell in love with it, and we're kind of just waiting to get it to the right DJ. And then, it took some time to get there, but got in the hands of Audien, and he really took it to that next level with his production. And so it was a really good experience. I'm glad he has it. I think he did a great job with it.
Both you guys together absolutely killed it. Now, you said it was written like a year ago. In the time from when you guys get done writing it to the time that it finally gets into somebody's hands, are you kind of like still working with it, or do you move on to other projects?
We wrote the song, and it was the vocal, it was the top line. So none of the production that Audien has on the version that's out now was there. We just wrote it and then started sending it around. That was kind of the last time we touched it on the writing end, and then had spent, I want to say like 6 months trying to pitch it around, and we were just getting nowhere, just with our respective teams and everything. And then I came home to Denver. I'm from Denver, and I came home in January, and I sent it to this guy named Kyle Palmer, who's a artist manager and club manager in Denver, and he knows Audien, I think, through club related stuff. So he was the one who actually sent it to him. And so then once he sent it to him, the process actually moved pretty fast. Audien started working on it, and then it came out pretty quickly after. So, but we kind of wrote it and then didn't touch it, just moved on to other things. But always knew like that song was special. We really wanted to get it out, and we're just kind of waiting for the right home. So
it's so crazy to me that it can sit there for 6 months while people are, it's not really like going, that's got to be so frustrating.
It's strange. I mean, as a songwriter, that's kind of the reality I've learned. Like, I feel like it was actually pretty quick. Once Audien got it, it moved pretty fast. But it is weird, I think, like the way that they just sit for a long time. But it's always so rewarding when it comes out.
Now, Kate, you mentioned that you're from Colorado. We've heard a lot of stories at the beginning of the pandemic with people getting stuck in different areas and different countries. You got stuck in Norway. Why don't you share the story with us?
Yeah. So I was living there. I was going to school there. I started 2019 and ended 2020. I was about to go home in a few months when the pandemic hit in March, and I ended up staying there until the end of 2020. And I did have the choice. There was kind of like a window right when the pandemic hit where everyone was saying go home, be with your family. And I kind of looked at what America was doing with the pandemic, and I thought it would probably be best for me to stay there. So it was really more of a choice than like a being forced to stay. And I loved my life over there. So it made the most sense to me to stay there. And it was interesting to kind of watch America from the outside during that time, because the experiences that my friends and my family were having were so different than mine. So I feel very lucky that I was a little bit away from that. But I obviously miss my family, and I was excited to go back when I did.
And it's absolutely crazy hearing, I talk to a lot of DJ and producers and songwriters all over the world, and just hearing everybody's different story during the pandemic and like in I remember kind of at the beginning, pretty much everybody I would speak to would be like, what the F is going on in Florida right now?
Yeah, for sure.
While everybody was pretty much locked down in LA, everybody was locked down in the UK. And meanwhile, we're having shows and going to clubs and everything.
Yeah, it was a weird world for sure.
Well, Cate, amazing job with Audien. Wish It Was You. Congratulations on it going #1. What's next for Cate Downey?
So I am working a lot more on my own artist project stuff. I'm really excited to release some more songs. Next year, it'll be kind of more in that like singer-songwritery acoustic world, similar to the Wish It Was You acoustic song. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also a writer, and I spend a lot of time writing for other artists and DJs and everything. So I'm really excited for the next year. I think there's a lot of cool stuff coming up.
And I think that this may have been the first song that I recognized your name off of. What other songs have you written for people?
I don't know if there's any that you would know yet. I mean, I've done a few.
Test me.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I need to like look up my text now. This one is definitely the one that I'm most proud of and definitely the one that I'm most excited about. There's an artist named Taurine who I've written a song with. It's called All My Problems. She's a Norwegian artist. She's great. Hayes these are all Norwegian artists, so I don't know if you've heard of them. An artist named Hayes, he's another DJ. We did a song called Wasting Love that I love. I have a song coming out a song that I wrote with Lexi Jade. She's a singer-songwriter. It's coming out January 6th, which I think will be really awesome. And yeah, a few others that are coming out soon but aren't out yet.
The second Cate Downey Googles herself.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Now, what is the step between being the songwriter off of the songs and then finally you being on the songs?
I mean, it's a different process writing for myself versus writing for or with someone else. If there's an artist in the room, it's really I'm really there to support them and try to help them say whatever they want to say and whatever they need help saying. Whereas when I'm writing with myself or not with myself, when I'm writing for myself, it's very much just my thoughts, my ideas. With DJ stuff, I've found it's best to be honest and vulnerable in the songs. Kind of like Wish It Was You, I think, is a very like emotional song because I think that message is conveyed better than anything that comes off insincere. And then like with Wish It Was You, actually, I didn't think that they would keep my voice on it. I figured that they would find another artist to sing because most DJs usually have voices that they like, and I figured that Audien would find somebody else. And so when I heard that he was going to keep my voice on it, that was such a cool thing to hear, and it was honestly so unexpected. So I'm really grateful that he kept me on, and I just love that song. It feels very personal to me, so I'm glad that I got to stay on it.
Well, I'm really glad that he kept you on it too, because your voice is absolutely amazing. And I'm also glad that you mention about keeping with EDM and dance songs, keeping them vulnerable, because as somebody that's been a fan of dance music for, oh my God, umpteenth years, that's what ties you in, is when you hear the voice and the lyrics that are so amazing.
Yeah, I really love the combination of the emotional lyric and melody with the higher energy production. I feel like it's such a cool contrast, and Audien does it so well. It was great to be a part of that.
Well, Cate, thank you so much for your time on the Number Ones Live. Congratulations on everything. Can't wait to hear what's next for you in 2022.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.